Bionicle holds a special place in the hearts of many who grew up during the 2000s. It was one of LEGO's most innovative and iconic toy lines, known for its unique buildable action figures and intricate, captivating storyline. But after dominating toy shelves for several years, Bionicle faded away, leaving fans wondering what went wrong. In this video, we'll explore the rise, fall, and legacy of Bionicle, and what ultimately led to its disappearance. But before that, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates. Now let's get started. The beginning of Bionicle. Bionicle was introduced in 2001, at a time when LEGO was facing challenges. The company had been struggling financially in the late 1990s, and they needed something new to revive their brand. Traditional LEGO sets were still popular, but the company wanted to venture into something more story-driven and innovative. They aimed to create a toy line that would not only capture the imaginations of children, but also tell a compelling story. This is where Bionicle came in. Set in the mystical world of Mata Nui, Bionicle told the tale of heroic warriors known as the Toa, each equipped with unique powers and abilities, fighting to protect their world from dark forces. The characters, along with their intricate backstory, set Bionicle apart from other LEGO lines. The buildable figures were more complex than the typical LEGO sets, featuring customizable masks, weapons, and movable limbs. It was unlike anything LEGO had done before. Bionicle's explosive success. Once Bionicle hit the market, it quickly became one of LEGO's best-selling lines. Kids were fascinated by the creative figures and the world building that came with them. The combination of constructing a toy and then diving into a rich storyline was a perfect match for the generation of children growing up in the early 2000s. The figures were highly posable and offered endless customization, which allowed fans to feel connected to the characters they were building. Bionicle's success wasn't just limited to the toy aisle. LEGO also invested in expanding the story through multiple forms of media, including comic books, video games, movies, and an official website that immersed fans in the Bionicle universe. The comics, published by DC Comics, added depth to the Bionicle story, while the website allowed fans to explore the lore and even influence parts of the story through interactive features. In addition to these, Bionicle had a series of straight-to-DVD movies, such as Bionicle, Mask of Light, and Bionicle 2, Legends of Metru Nui, which expanded the story in a way that kept fans deeply invested. The golden years of Bionicle. For almost a decade, Bionicle thrived. From 2001 to around 2008, it was one of LEGO's most beloved and profitable lines. The story kept expanding, introducing new tow warriors, islands, villains, and mythical elements that kept fans hooked. Each year brought new adventures and exciting additions to the Bionicle universe. The intricate lore, combined with the fresh sets of characters, ensured that fans stayed engaged. The success of Bionicle wasn't just a fluke. It helped LEGO pull itself out of financial trouble and proved that the company could create products that went beyond the traditional brick-building sets. Bionicle's ability to mix complex storytelling with the creative building aspect that LEGO was known for was a groundbreaking move at the time. It became a phenomenon in its own right, not just another toy on the shelf. The slow decline. As with all good things, Bionicle eventually began to lose momentum. By the late 2000s, LEGO noticed that sales were starting to decline. The original fans who had been hooked on Bionicle were growing older, and younger kids weren't connecting with the line in the same way. The toy market was also changing, with more competition from video games and other digital forms of entertainment. One of the main challenges Bionicle faced during its later years was the complexity of its storyline. What had started as a straightforward tale of heroes battling evil evolved into a sprawling narrative with multiple timelines, an ever-expanding roster of characters, and intricate backstories. While this level of depth was appreciated by hardcore fans, it became increasingly difficult for new or casual fans to follow along. The story had grown so large that it was hard for newcomers to understand without diving deep into the lore, which may have discouraged potential new fans from getting involved. In 2010, after nearly 10 years, LEGO decided to end the original Bionicle line. The final sets were released, and the story concluded with a wrap-up that left fans with mixed feelings. While some appreciated the closure, many were saddened to see their beloved series come to an end. It marked the end of an era, but for LEGO, it was a necessary decision to move on. The short-lived reboot. In 2015, LEGO decided to bring Bionicle back with a reboot. The company hoped to recapture the magic of the original series while simplifying the story and making it more accessible to new fans. The rebooted Bionicle introduced a fresh take on the familiar toy heroes, with updated designs and a new narrative. Despite the excitement surrounding the return of Bionicle, the reboot never reached the same heights as the original. While the sets were praised for their quality, the story didn't have the same depth or complexity that had hooked fans in the past. The reboot only lasted for 2 years before LEGO decided to pull the plug once again in 2017. The reboot's failure can be attributed to several factors. By 2015, the toy market had changed significantly. Kids were more interested in video games, smartphones, and digital entertainment than traditional toys. Additionally, while the original Bionicle had thrived thanks to its innovative storytelling across various platforms, the reboot didn't have the same multimedia approach, limiting its reach. Why did Bionicle disappear? The disappearance of Bionicle can be attributed to several factors. One major reason was the changing toy market. By the time the reboot was introduced, kids had far more entertainment options than they did in the early 2000s. Video games, mobile apps, and other digital distractions were taking up more of children's time, leaving less room for physical toys like Bionicle. The complexity of the original story also played a role in its downfall. While longtime fans enjoyed the deep lore, it became a barrier for new fans who found it hard to catch up. The reboot's attempt to simplify the story failed to capture the magic of the original, and it didn't manage to bring in enough new fans to sustain the line. Another factor was LEGO's focus on other successful lines. In the years following Bionicle's original run, LEGO found massive success with licensed themes like Star Wars, Harry Potter, and Marvel. These themes had broader appeal and easier to understand stories, making them more profitable for LEGO to focus on. Bionicle's lasting legacy. Even though Bionicle is no longer in production, its legacy lives on. It played a critical role in saving LEGO during a time when the company was struggling financially. It showed that LEGO could create something that went beyond just building blocks, blending storytelling with creativity in a way that had never been done before. Fans of Bionicle remain dedicated to the brand, with online communities still discussing the lore, sharing custom builds, and keeping the spirit of Bionicle alive. The impact that Bionicle had on its fans was profound, and many who grew up with it still fondly remember the thrill of building their own toy warriors and exploring the vast world of Mata Nui. That's all for today's video. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching.